so to answer the uncomfortable question, what would I do if I was a white sailor? First, I would say the best way that I could project what I would do 300-400 years ago is to look at the type of thinker and actor I am today. So if I'm not a revolutionary today, I probably wouldn't be a revolutionary back then, because it would be even harder. And I don't really have that type of personality, but I do like to think differently. I do like to create content. Yeah. And I do like creativity and kind of thinking up situations in my head and writing about them, or recording podcasts based on the creations of other people. Yeah. I enjoy that. So the best case scenario I would hope is that I'm an active participant in making money with slavery, which if I'm a sailor or merchant, if I was someone on the ship, I'm making money from being there. And also I hope that I wouldn't be physically violent, but who knows if you're trying to protect your own life and you're in a situation on a ship. But I do think that maybe I would hope, I would sense that this is something that's extremely messed up and wrong and disturbing, and that if I'm going to be in this situation, I should record as much as I can, either
as much content.
Record is, but yeah, like that's, I'm like, how can I monetize slavery from my future podcast? But I hope I would think about writing things down, talking
maybe
to
you would be
slaves if I could.
A diary.
Maybe, yeah. So I hope if I wasn't a revolutionary, I would leave some sort of record that someone like you could go through 300-400 years from now. That would be very in depth and
informative.
Informative and as unbiased as I could be for the position I was in. I would hope I would at least have some sort of content out of it, but I don't have the delusion that I would be like an Abe Lincoln type figure. Like a lot of people think they would be like, I would be the one to end it. How could you do that? So I hope I would be creative and not be a piece of shit. That if I
would hope not too.
Like for the time. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting as you're talking about this. This is almost making me think about past lives. What would it mean for someone to find out that, hey, you were a slave trader, and then you can't unknow. So that's been interesting, because if you've ever gotten a past life reading or past life regression, that's a powerful experience. And some people, slavery comes up, and then it's, what do you do in knowing about that? And how do you move forward with that deeper understanding of like a soul that was alive at one point and chose to learn through that particular life, in that form, in that century, however all the manifestations were. But I know it's probably quite esoteric because that's that other part of me. But I think about that because all the series of human interactions have, they've happened over time. And some of us, we are living in many lives, and some it includes slavery.